on the gun carriage pulled so ably today, faultlessly, by the Royal Navy. 98 to the foredeck and 40 or so to the aft deck, bringing it safely to Wellington Arch. The bouquet still safely on top, and I make no gesture of humour or lightness about it. The instruments of state, the sceptre, the orb, and the crown, safely there for their final journey as well to Windsor Castle, before they are transferred from that coffin to the high altar, and then, after a period of time, they will be returned to the Tower of London and to the collection of crown jewels. But those are the three singular, most important parts of the suite of
which
crown
we
jewels.
shall see again, the coronation of His Majesty King Charles III.
Sarah party! Shun!
Very briefly, just in case you're having any problems seeing that, the Royal Motor Car to the right, the Queen Consort there in the middle, and to her right, Princess Charlotte, and to her left, Prince George, and in the background there, other members of the royal family, including, I think, their mama. But what a brilliant, absolutely moving job those wee ones did today. But they're waiting now to bid farewell to Gangan until later on, when they will be at Windsor Castle, of course. Because it then becomes very much a deeply religious event, Gavin, but it's still, from start to finish, a family affair.
It is, and the committal is a particular family affair, because that's when the closest members of the family gather round the place of interment, and two or three final ancient and very well-worn and welcome prayers are said as the coffin is lowered into the grave within the crypt.
And Rafe, as you were saying earlier as well, just to build on Gavin's point, the return of the late Queen to her late husband, and in proximity to her late mother and father as well. This is what a royal vault is all about.
Yes, well, the Royal Vault is very large, but the actual King George VI Memorial Chapel is tiny. It's a tiny little annex off of St George's Chapel, Windsor, which only has space for a small number of people to actually witness the interment of the Queen. So we believe only her 4 children will have space in there, along with the clergy, for that very intimate moment.
David, interesting as well on these matters, because they do matter to folk out there while we look at these the soldiers and particularly the naval ratings there, waiting for that transfer from the formal military procession into the Royal Hearse. We were talking right at the beginning of our coverage about the difference between the Abbey and its place in our history and Windsor Castle.